Okay, good morning, everybody. This is a meeting of the Wellfleet Housing Authority. It's being held on Zoom, and it's Thursday, January 6th, and we have a quorum. We're all here. First item on the agenda are the minutes of December 2nd, Richard's wonderful minutes. Are there any additions or corrections to the minutes?
Did you actually have any conversation with HPC about a contract delay?
Well, I did. I sent the old one and asked to have that redone. So I haven't gotten anything back yet.
Okay.
Okay, any additions or corrections? If not, may I have a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
Second,
All right, all in favor, raise your hand or say aye.
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 Great. Thank you, Richard. Next on the agenda, I have a rental assistance on bill and sort of bills. Are there any changes in rental assistance at all right now?
Are you asking me, Elaine?
Or Richard? Well,
No,
No.
well, no, there was just what we did
voted last meeting.
last meeting, yes.
Okay, great.
Sorry, wait, do you want me to submit the
Yep.
bills for approval?
Yep. Yes, we can do that now.
Okay. For rental assistance, for January, there were 4, and the total amount is $865 to be paid to HPC. $865 for HPC for January rental assistance.
That's for all 4.
Wait, Gary, that,
$865.
18.
Oh, 18.
okay.
1865.
What did I say?
I thought I just heard 865.
That's what I heard too. Okay. $1,865 to HPC for February.
No, for January.
Oh, for January. That's right.
They're paying them.
We're reimbursing.
Right.
Right, great. I'll move that. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Mia seconds. Any more discussion on the January rents? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. That's unanimous, 5-0. Any other bills, Gary?
A bill for December for emergency rental assistance in the amount of $693.75
For one client?
for one client. Correct. $693.75.
Is there a motion?
So moved.
Okay, second. Sarah? Any more discussion? All in favor?
Wait, I have a wait. Oh,
Oh,
right.
for just the emergency, this one?
I just had a question,
Oh,
but that's
okay.
okay. I'll ask my question later. Let's take the vote.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, 5-0, unanimous.
Elaine, when you talked to them, weren't we having some discussion about merging these two so we have just one
Yes,
payment stream? And
right,
Yes.
yeah. So hopefully February will show that, but I'll double check with them.
okay. I have one more bill, and I have to ask Richard's advice on this. I received a bill for $3,416.75 from the CDP for the previous buy down administration. I don't have any problem with the amount, $3,416.75, but it was from March, and I don't remember seeing anything or approving anything, and I certainly didn't submit anything to the town for payment. Does anyone else, or do you, Richard, have any recollection of approving this?
Off the top of my head, I don't, Gary. It's,
Okay,
hold
so I'd
on.
like to, I'm sorry.
Gary, give me a minute.
Okay, while you look, what we can say is, I'd like to ask for approval of payment to the CDP for buy down administration of $303,416.75 with the proviso that we haven't already paid it.
All right, Gary, hold on. I was trying to do two things at once there. Look for March. Okay, payment to CDP for March
Well, for the
2021, right?
Mhm.
yes, for buy down administration.
Buy down administration.
I think they perhaps didn't submit it, but
Okay, and the number again, please. I'm sorry.
$3,416.75.
Okay. Got it. All right. I'm going to look at
Well, it will probably be April if it's a March bill.
opening April now. No. We had regular rental assistance, emergency rental assistance, Freeman Law Group, and that was it, Gary,
Okay,
in April.
very good.
All right. Okay,
And that would come from the grant, the buy down
The
CPA?
buy down grant, yes.
okay. Was this seconded and yet, or,
I'll second.
okay,
Any more discussion on that? So this would have been for the Day Road one, right, Gary?
Yes,
Yes, okay. Any more discussion? All in favor? Raise your hand.
aye.
5-0 unanimous. Thank you. Anything else?
that's it on the bills.
I should have put bill / financial report. You certainly can report on donations.
So Elaine and I are smiling because we received unsolicited end of the year donations totaling more than $41,000. So I think everyone's hard work in getting the word out, and I think also the success of our summer Housing Angels raising consciousness effort, so that people thought about us more in terms of housing in Wellfleet, and we're very generous. And that included yet another $25,000 donation from a foundation. Are we supposed to say the name, Elaine?
Sure you can.
Puglia, is that correct?
Clear, yeah.
Right, which we don't know. We know that there are former summer home owner in Wellfleet. And they have given us that amount now for 3 years. So
That's really
very
wonderful.
impressive. Yeah, very impressive.
Wonderful.
So that has been deposited into our trust account.
That's great.
Do you want
Okay,
to talk about thank yous now, Elaine, or do you want to do that later?
well, it has sort of become the trust's obligation, right? Let's
Right, I think
make that
what
clear. Yeah.
what we're trying to do, Richard, is to build a database of our donors. So do we have, even if it's in written form or electronic form, the thank yous that we have sent out over the years?
The simple answer to that question, Gary, is yes.
Excellent.
The more complex answer is I have kept, I have some of the little thumb drives with stuff that goes back quite a number of years when I was printing one letter at a time.
Okay,
And I've also kept all the raw material. In other words, I've kept the primary source material, the actual stuff that I was given to work with. And then I have some later stuff, which is, I have quote unquote everything that I've have somewhere. It hasn't been discarded. So you want me to transfer that to you?
yes, I was going to say, Richard, no rush. But if, to the extent that we can put together, the information that we have, we're going to try to feed it to CDP, and they are going to try to build a donor database for us.
Okay,
So we can, in the future, we could send out appeals or whatever it may be. So it starts with whatever information we have.
okay. Let me, Gary, you're not going to Mexico, right?
I am not going to Mexico with or without Elaine and Stephen.
Okay, let me gather together what I have. And have a
Yeah.
further conversation with you,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah, call me or email me or whatever, Richard, and
Okay,
we can
okay.
arrange to transfer it to CDP in some form.
yes. Well, it may be in various forms, in several.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
Whatever we have, we can work with.
That's
Okay.
wonderful. Yeah.
Okay.
And
Is this-
Elaine, with respect to the new donations, are you saying you don't want to send out thank yous now, that you want to wait? and
Well,
see
I thought you said, I mean, we could certainly send that little card, but didn't you say Harry was working on something? I think.
Right. So we can, I'm just saying that the new donations are in the file
Mhm.
upstairs. So should I not ask Richard to pick those up as well? So we have,
I wonder when we'll hear from Harry about,
I don't know
something.
the answer.
Yeah,
Right, I don't know
yeah.
the answer.
yeah. What do you think?
We can,
How
certainly we
many
can.
are up there? How many are up there, Gary?
I want to say 15. I have copies of them, but 15 for the sake of discussion. Maybe less, a dozen.
Okay. Let me go get them and send out cards. Can't hurt to say thank you to people. You say thank you twice. That's not going to hurt either.
Mhm. Yeah, would you be able to then bring them back, or we could send,
Oh, okay.
Oh, you
I
want to,
see.
oh, okay. All right. All right, listen, I'll wait till for further instruction on that.
Okay. Why don't,
Okay.
Elaine, why don't we see if we get something from Harry in the next week or 10 days, and if we don't, we'll do something else.
okay,
So just so that, let me say this. We're kind of want to be clear about starting 2022 with the trust doing the business end of this and the correspondence end of this.
right.
Okay,
Yes.
all right. So I will clean up everything I have from whatever years I have, which goes back a ways. All right, and you guys will start with 2022.
And Elaine, we know that Harry is going away as well for a
On the
while.
20th.
So, right, if this waited a few weeks, would that be do we care?
No, I think by the middle, by the middle of January, we should move one way or the other. Yeah. Yeah. But if Richard, if you end up taking them, maybe if you just kept the address and amount and date information. So if Harry wanted to send out the trust letters to particularly the large donors,
Right. I think Richard is right, actually, now that I think about it. It can't hurt to have them in one place and to send the thank yous. And then we'll send personal letters to the larger donors.
Look at it, it's nothing for me to grab one of those interoffice memo envelopes there at Town Hall,
Mhm.
send the thank yous and put 2022 on that envelope and just stick all that stuff in there.
Okay, that sounds good.
So,
Excellent.
so let's do that. I'll go get that and do that, right?
That's the plan.
Okay.
Thank
Thank
you. Good, yes. All right, next on the agenda is the governor's appointment, and I think maybe you all got the email that it is Mia's appointment, her 5-year appointment, 5 years is expiring on January 20th, and because of her workload, she has does not want to be reappointed.
I
Which
do,
is-
but it's not
I
practical.
know. It's totally understandable. It's been wonderful that you have been able to participate over these years in with everything else that you're doing. And I feel like you've really, you're a really important voice in the community amongst your peers and the people you work with, and you're such a great representative. So we will miss you, but we know your spirit is
Thank you. And I'm
totally
here.
on our
I'm
side.
here. I hope to keep helping, but thank
You
you.
will, I know, I have no doubt about that. So in terms of getting someone reappointed.
First, I would like to second everything that
Yes.
Elaine just said.
I
Yes,
would better that. We are gonna miss you, Mia.
Sure.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I miss you all.
yeah. We'll just really bug you so you feel like you're still there.
I don't, right. I'm gonna keep staying on the website team. So
Great.
offer whatever help I can there.
Great, yeah. So the process has gotten a little bit easier since the first time Mia had to apply, and we sent off a packet to the DHCD and a packet to the governor's office. It's now an online form that people fill out. I kind of feel like I should notify the town of the vacancy, and I know that they often will put out something on the website when there are vacancies. So I do feel like we should let people know, but we should also be thinking of people we might want to encourage to apply. Last time we did all the paperwork, and we heard nothing from the state. At one point, Mia, I remember you got a request to fill out something. But 120 days went by with no word, and the law is that if the state doesn't act in 120 days, the select board can make the appointment, which is what ended up happening with Mia. And I think they were very happy to do that. So that's where we are with that. So it could potentially take 3 or 4 months to get someone. But if you have ideas for people that you'd like to encourage, let me know, or if you know them well, you could reach out to them. I'll send each of you the link to the state form.
It was great having someone, quote unquote, younger. Is there, we have so few voices on our committees in general in town of younger people that it would be great to recruit somebody else.
Yeah,
I'm trying to put together a list of people I know who are my age who might be able to do it. It's a short list, unfortunately, but I'm gonna keep thinking.
yeah, it's people are busy. I do also know that new law that took effect in May about having a tenant representative on the housing authority will kick into gear in 2024. And that'll be when your appointment is up, Richard.
Right.
And it will be our responsibility to fill that position with a tenant in one of our affordable housing
Right.
units, or even it says someone that's getting rental assistance. But I think looking for someone that's a settled tenant in one of our housing developments will be good. And maybe by then there'll be a lot more on 95 Lawrence Road. So that's just something to keep in mind. But
Elaine, I think also the nature of the housing effort and work in town has undergone a transformation in the last 4 or 5 years with the creation of the, you know, the change from the trust, from that special legislation trust to the, you know, municipal trust, and you know what the tasks are, and the activity of the local housing partnership. You know, the dynamics of it all have really evolved, and you know, I think that's worth explaining to someone too. You know, that what exactly the housing authority is now, and you know, going forward.
Mhm. That makes me feel like it's even more important to try to potentially get a younger member now, and then also have the tenant, because as the trust takes on some of the things that we were doing, you know, maybe we can be more the voice of the broader needs somehow, or interest. So yeah, think about it. I'd like to get it into motion, but are you all comfortable with me informing the town and asking them to make that known as a vacancy?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's the proper thing to do, right?
I think it
Yeah.
probably is, yes. Okay. All right. Well, Mia, thank you so very much. It's not next on the thing, but the website work with Barbara Woodbury is really going well, and Mia's going to continue meeting on that as much as possible. And as soon as Barbara has a draft to show us, we will certainly share that at a housing authority meeting too. So that's been really wonderful working with her. I put the annual report is on the agenda. I don't think I sent it to everybody because it was sort of still a draft and may still be, but Harry and myself and Gary from the 3 housing groups decided we should just do a consolidated report from all 3 groups. And so Harry drafted some basics, and Gary and I sent a few little comments, and that's what will be going in. I can share that with you. But it still has a few tweaks, and it will have all our names. It will list all the let's see. Okay. Are you seeing my screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. All right. But I will send it to everybody too. And if you have any specific thing you'd like to put forward, do let me know. I'll send it out after the meeting. That just has a little sort of statement. Sort of talking about our attempt to expand our reach to community housing, which is, you know, the up to about 120%.
Elaine,
Yeah.
I think it's an older draft. It still says 2020 highlights.
Yeah, I haven't gotten a newer one from Harry, so
All right.
have you? Yeah, once we get, yeah. I mean, if you see something on this one, I mean, we'll definitely change that. This isn't my document, so. But very,
Could I just say,
Mhm.
is the one we're currently doing the 8th buy down or the 9th buy down?
the one that's just happened is the 8th,
8th, yeah.
and the
So
next one will be the 9th.
carried out might be a little optimistic.
No, it's the Day Road and the Buck Street.
Right. I'm just saying,
Oh, it's still,
it's really a 2022. The eighth one is a 2022 highlight. We're now
Oh.
at 22.
Oh, goodness. Well,
It doesn't matter. Don't.
yeah,
don't
I
worry.
think the basic part happened.
Right. Yeah. Don't worry about it. I'm sorry. Say.
Yeah. That's true. Just a very short thing about 95 Lawrence, Payne Hollow, Habitat, the actions that happened at town meeting, a little description of how the three groups have been working to clarify what each does, and the fundraiser and thanking people. And then it will have all three groups and all our names there. So I like doing it all together. I think it's kind of a symbol of what we're trying to do. So
Yeah, it's great.
Agreed.
yeah, but I'll try to get a more updated one and get it out to you. It's supposedly not due till February, but I think it's pretty much ready to go. Okay, so I mentioned the website, ADUs, I put that next on the agenda, and we had an issue where someone applied to do 2 ADUs and the building inspector didn't feel that that was possible under the new bylaw. So he asked for clarification, and we were able to send him all the town meeting information that went out, and, you know, clarifying that the intent was to be for multiple ADUs. And so Victor Staley, the interim building commissioner, who has been also working very closely with the new building commissioner, sent some suggestions for clarifying language. And those of us that drafted it feel that it is a good idea. It was really adding an S to the word units, and then saying each individual unit needs to be inspected, you know, just really clarifying that it can be multiple and very simple. However, it probably will have to go back to town meeting because it will be an amendment to the bylaw. So that's in process right now. We sent the changes to the town administrator, and he is going to check with town council whether it has to come back to town meeting, and feels pretty sure that it does. But they're very simple. I think they're good. The bylaw we have right now is perfectly usable, and the building inspector and the new building inspector are really working with it. So I think we're in good shape. And of course, the whole movement with the CDP and HPC getting $1 million grant to set up a resource center for people that want to create ADUs is certainly going to be a big help. And that should be, you know, coming along in the next couple of months. So there's a lot of movement on this front too, which is great. Any questions or anything more about ADUs?
Elaine, just, I don't even know why I care about this, but if we go through all of that, does that have to go back to the Attorney General again?
I think so, yes.
Okay.
But we, you know, but the bylaw we have is still in use while all
Right,
that's happening.
Right. Okay,
Yeah, but we will get that information from town council.
right.
Do you know how many applications have gone in yet? Like how many people have started the process?
Well, we know of at least one that's almost done.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, I know of four,
Okay, that's great.
which is great.
That's great.
Yeah.
Or that have applied, Elaine?
Hmm.
Oh, terrific.
Well, I mean, one is the one that's almost done, and the other is another one that's just shifting from an AADU to an ADU, and then 2 new ADUs.
That'd be terrific.
Yeah, yeah. But, you know, Sharon Rule-Ager, who has worked so hard on this, has been in touch with the new building commissioner. And she said he's really into ADUs and has looked at information from other towns, and Sharon is actually going to draft a playbook for helping people to the best of her knowledge, because she has been involved with doing an ADU. So that's really great to have all that going on. Okay, next, affordable zoning lots. These are the unbuildable lots. I sent out the draft from Ryan Curley, who is going to be bringing this to town meeting. And I don't know how much time you've had to really digest this. At the trust, we voted to support it, right, Gary?
Yes.
To support the effort. And I think if we feel like we can do that today, it's certainly worth it. I believe this bylaw that Ryan is putting forward was based on one in Dennis. And we know that the town of Chatham is also looking at this. We're not sure it will produce a lot of potential homes, but it's another way. And I also sent you, Ryan had compiled a list of about 44 properties that might work under this bylaw. Does anybody have any questions about it?
Just for anyone who's interested, Ryan is coming to the partnership meeting on January 20th, Thursday, January 20th at 4 o'clock to discuss the proposal. And we have somebody from CDP coming, talking about what other towns on the Cape are doing about this. So I invite you all to join us, and I can include you on the announcement of that.
Yeah, I think that it could actually be really helpful to attend that. I don't know if we should make it a joint meeting or
Either way.
because, you know, if more than if three of us come, then we can still listen now. I mean, I'd like to. It would be a great way to hear what's going
Right.
on.
We're going to make it first on the agenda. So those of
Okay.
you who are interested, tune in
Yeah.
at 4-ish. And
Yeah.
I don't know about I don't have any problem making a joint meeting if you want, Elaine.
Yeah,
Does it really matter if?
I don't think so. I think we can just attend if we're interested.
Okay.
We'll just listen. We won't be
Oh,
deliberating or voting or anything.
yeah, no voting, but feel free to comment.
Great, that's wonderful. Good. I still would love to, and
You want to move this, Elaine?
yeah, support of that's not the one we want. Support of 6.28B affordable lots bylaw. Is there a motion to support the effort?
Hold on, Elaine, one more time. Give me the particulars there.
Do you
Wellfleet
want
Housing
to
Authority.
throw it up, Elaine, or?
I thought I did, but I guess I'm not screen sharing. But 6.28.B affordable lots. So I would like to move that the Wellfleet Housing Authority support the 6.28.B affordable lots bylaw.
I will second that.
Any more discussion? All in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
5-0, thank you. I would still love to see an inclusionary zoning bylaw too. So maybe next year. Because I think we have a lot of support on the select board for these things, and inclusionary zoning. We still have lots that could produce more than a few homes, and we could get an affordable home on each of them if we had inclusionary zoning. So I'm gonna do some research on that when I'm sitting around. Okay, any word on the summer event, Gary?
No new word on the summer event where we're waiting for confirmation of the venue
Mhm.
from someone you know. And,
Okay.
and so if you would prod him on that, and then.
Well, I know what he wants to do. I think there's, but it's not my business, so.
All right, so, but it will either be at Pres Hall or at Watt. And we do have a date of, I believe it was August 4th, tentatively for that. And I will get you more detail as it becomes available.
Yep, looking forward to it. Yay. All right, on the WHA mission statement, we worked with Shelley last month, and we came up with what I would like to feel is our final result. I may not have put it on my, let's see, is it here? No. Yeah. I didn't put it on my desktop. So I don't think I can actually find it right now to share with you. Let me see real quick. No, so I mean, I wanted us to vote to approve them. But maybe that'll have to be the next meeting. And I think I sent them around again, take one more look, and we'll sign off on those. Okay, project updates. I should have put first CPA on this. But Gary, could you report what happened at the CPA meeting?
Sure. The CPA met, we had many applicants and fewer dollars than we usually do, but we voted with respect to housing. We voted to fund another buy down at the $185,000 level. We had requested $210,000 to show an increase based on the price of houses, but the competition for CPA dollars was significant. Also under housing, there was a request to put 10%, the 10% set aside for housing into the trust, and we approved if my memory serves me right, $35,000 to go into the trust, which would be about half of that, 10% set aside. And the third thing on housing that was approved was Liberty House, and that is the hospice effort being undertaken. And they had requested 90 some odd thousand for accessible repairs under housing, and we granted them $20,000 in support of that effort. And the fourth one was the continuation of the Housing Institute by CDP, the relatively small amount of $7,500, and we did approve that request. So those were the four. The big one, just FYI for everybody else, it was the funding of the playground, and we granted them $310,000 for the construction of the playground this summer.
At the elementary school, yeah.
At the elementary school, yes. And all of those have to be approved at town meeting, which last I heard may be in April.
Okay. Well, that was great considering the limited funds that, the buy down had the support, and we do feel, I think did we vote at the trust to make up the difference to the 210 from trust? We did.
I think we decided Did we vote on it, or did we just say that we're months away from actually doing this so we can wait and
Right.
see how much money we have and how much money we want to give?
Yeah, so we'll certainly take that into consideration before we advertise the next round. But that probably won't be till after the summer.
Correct.
Great. Well, that's wonderful. You did a really good job shepherding all that through, Gary. That was mighty work. Yeah. On 95 Lawrence Road, I believe the charge of the task force is done. I did get a request for the 95 Lawrence Road info that's on the town website under the Housing Authority be kept up to date. And I think that's a really great idea. So I did ask the town if they could discuss that with POA and the CDP about how best to do that. But I think, having that available to the public as, concrete steps happen will be great. I know the award letter was finally sent out to POA, CDP, and the next thing I think will be the town will start looking at the land disposition agreement with them. But I think it will be important to have a public way to keep people informed. But I feel like that's the job of the town and POA CDP now. So we'll check on that. The buy down, we talked about it a little bit, but as you know, amazingly enough, there was a house found for our next lottery winner. So that's looking forward. The potential closing is early February, right, Gary? So
and for everybody's information, it's a woman with two children, I think, but a Wellfleet resident who's finding a home. So it's really a success story.
Gary,
on many.
Gary and Elaine, are we saying this is this is
Eighth.
Buck Street? This will be the 8th.
that's what we're saying, yes.
Okay.
I went back through my list very carefully. But
Okay. Thank
So
you.
they have signed the PNS, and it's now been sent to DHCD for approval. And that's really the big gating issue at this point.
Mhm. A local housing partnership, anything more from the partnership, Gary?
Nothing more.
Okay, and the trust, we've talked about what's been going on there. Freeman Avenue, the RFP for Freeman Avenue, Harry drafted it. He sent it to Becky, the ATA, and they are meeting in mid-January to go over it, and hopefully that will get out soon. So that would be great to have that in process too. That's everything I have for this meeting. The next meeting would be February 3rd at 10. And once more, before we leave, I really want to thank Mia and look forward to all the different ways we'll continue to work together. And
Absolutely.
yeah.
All the best, Mia. Good luck, love.
Absolutely.
Thank you. It's been wonderful
need to-
being on this board.
It sure has. It was just such a wonderful thing when you agreed to do it. So thank you so much.
Fabulous experience. And you're all wonderful. It was so great to get to know you. And I'll see you around.
Likewise. Yeah. All right. Can I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Is there a second? Yeah. All in favor? Aye. All right. Thank you, everybody.
Safe travels,
Okay.
Elaine.
Thank you.
Elaine, would you stay on for like 30 seconds? I just have a question. Okay.
Mhm.
Elaine, safe travels, and let us know if you need anything.
Thank you so much, Gary.
Okay, bye-bye now.
Yeah.
Bye, Sarah.
Um,
Hold on a second. Okay. All right.